There's one lie that almost everyone believes. We think that big decisions change our lives. A new job, moving, a breakup, starting a business, quitting bad habits. But if you look more closely, life almost never changes because of a single big event. It changes because of things so small that we stop noticing them. One habit, then another, and before you know it, 5 years have passed. You look around and can't figure out how you ended up right here. The most dangerous thing is that these habits don't seem destructive. They seem normal, even reasonable. Sometimes they seem like self care. Sometimes common sense. Sometimes just part of your personality. That's exactly why they work. They don't ruin your life in a single day. They do it so slowly that you have time to get used to it. Today, we'll break down 7 habits that quietly steal years from your life. And the last habit is more dangerous than the rest because it's the one that keeps the other 6 alive. Habit number 1: constantly waiting for the right moment. There are people who have been planning to start a new life for several years now. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, they're just waiting. Waiting for Monday, for a new month, for a better mood, for more money, for more time, for more confidence. The problem is that the right moment never comes because it doesn't exist. It's a mirage. Our brain loves to promise, let's start later, and every time it sounds very convincing. After all, later really does seem more convenient. But later has one peculiarity: it never becomes now. That's exactly why the years fly by faster than we realize. Every month seems like the wrong time. Every year becomes preparation for the next one. And then suddenly, a person realizes that they've spent most of their life in a state of waiting. The scariest thing is that waiting almost never feels like a mistake, it feels like caution. Although in reality, it's just another form of fear. Habit number 2: constantly comparing your life to others. Social media has made one thing nearly impossible: being satisfied with your own life. Because now there's always someone richer, more attractive, more successful, younger, or happier. And your brain starts playing a very strange game. It compares your worst days to other people's best moments. It's like watching a trailer of someone else's life and comparing it to all the deleted scenes from your own. But the problem runs even deeper. When comparison becomes a habit, you stop noticing your own progress. Every achievement seems small because somewhere out there, there's already someone who's done more. As a result, you feel like you're constantly losing a race, even though no one ever invited you to join it in the first place. The most ironic thing is that while you're watching someone else's life, your own is passing you by. Habit number 3: filling every second with noise. Have you noticed something strange? People have almost stopped spending time alone with their thoughts. Wake up, phone, breakfast, video, music, podcast, work, YouTube in the background, texting, news, TV show, phone again before bed. Every spare second is filled with something. Silence has become almost unbearable. But it's precisely in silence that the brain begins to sort through problems. That's where good ideas emerge. That's where a person realizes what they actually want. Noise doesn't make us happier, it just prevents us from hearing ourselves. And a problem that's constantly being drowned out usually doesn't go away. It just gets louder. Habit number 4: living on autopilot. There's a question that almost no one asks themselves. Why was yesterday almost exactly the same as the day before yesterday? And the day before yesterday almost exactly the same as the week before that? We think we make hundreds of decisions every day. In reality, for most of our lives, we're simply repeating yesterday. Wake up, phone, work, home, phone, sleep, repeat. Our brain loves autopilot because autopilot saves energy. It doesn't have to think, it doesn't have to choose, it doesn't have to change. But there's one problem. Autopilot can't take you anywhere new. It always takes you back to where you went yesterday. That's exactly why people can live for 10 years and then realize they've lived the same year 10 times over. The most dangerous thing is that autopilot feels like a normal life until one day it's too late. Habit number 5: avoiding unpleasant conversations. There are conversations that last 5 minutes, but we put them off for 5 years. A conversation with a partner, with a friend, with our parents, with our boss, or with ourselves. We stay silent because we want to avoid discomfort, but a strange thing happens. The discomfort doesn't go away, it just starts to grow. Like a tiny crack in a pane of glass. At first, it's barely visible. Then, one day, the glass shatters completely. Most relationships don't end because of a single big fight. They end because of the hundreds of conversations that never happened. The truth is rarely pleasant, but it's almost always cheaper than silence. Habit number 6, constantly seeking instant dopamine. The brain loves rewards. That's normal. The problem starts when rewards become too easy to get. Open your phone, get a notification, watch one more video, scroll through one more feed, check out one more meme. Just 5 more minutes. Each time, it seems like just a little bit. But quick dopamine has one peculiarity. It makes ordinary life seem boring. After an hour of endless scrolling, a book seems slow. Work seems hard. A conversation seems boring. A walk seems pointless. And gradually, you stop enjoying the things that truly make life better. The scariest part is that instant dopamine doesn't build anything. It just constantly demands more. Like someone drinking salt water, the more you drink, the thirstier you get. Habit number 7, thinking you still have plenty of time. This is the quietest habit and the most dangerous because it never says, don't do it. It speaks much more gently. You'll have time later. You're only 20, only 30, only 40. You'll start later. But the calendar never argues. It just turns the page. And another. And another. We act as if life is endless. As if there will always be another Monday. Another January. Another summer. But one day, a person realizes that the number of later moments has suddenly become fewer than the number of yesterdays. It is at this very moment that many begin to regret not their mistakes, but the fact that they put their lives on hold for too long. All these habits look different, but they have one thing in common. None of them ruins your life instantly. They work slowly. So slowly that they have time to become part of your personality. That's exactly why they're so hard to notice. Life rarely falls apart in a single day. It changes through one repeated choice, then another and another, every day. So the main question isn't which habit you'll break tomorrow. The main question is which habit you'll repeat today. Because habits don't just shape your day. They shape the person you'll become in 5 years. And if even one of these habits sounds familiar to you, that's no reason to feel guilty. It's a reason to stop pretending that it doesn't make a difference. Because the biggest changes don't start with huge decisions. They start with one small choice that you'll repeat again tomorrow. Take action. Good luck.